Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dela's Voice. Welcome to this Sunday live show. December is almost over. This was fast, oh boy. And we have been talking about goal setting, planning, what we're going to do in the coming year. And a big part of goal setting and planning to me is knowing the reason why you are goal setting. Simple. You need to know why. And so today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to discover why it's so important to know your why. And, the reason you do what you do, the reason you get up every morning to do what you do, the reason you get over the fact that you're tired, you're frustrated, and you still do what you need to do. What is that reason? I invite you to stay with us. I invite you to leave us your comments. I invite you to come along on this hour with us to discover things together. And maybe, just maybe, learn a few things that maybe you didn't know before, or you knew, but now you become more aware of them. So what I would love for you to do right now is to share this talk with your friends, because you just never know who might be listening to this that really needs this message today. I would also love to invite you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that's the way you can support me. And so that I can keep doing this, which I love. And with that, let's just jump into this show. I'm very excited for my guest today. She's an amazing speaker. She is much sought after transformational coach who does so much work with people in, improving their relationships, their self-confidence, their career, their profession, their business. And this woman, I have seen her talk, and she's just so engaging. And when she talks, you can listen to her for hours at a time, and she's filled with knowledge. And so it is my pleasure to have on the show once again, my friend. Are you ready, Olga? My friend, Olga Geidane. Hey.
Hello. I'm always ready. In fact, Dela, I was born ready. This is what everybody has, the capability being born ready for their mission.
And your mission took you to this fabulous place in Spain. So tell us where you are.
Oh, I'm in sunny Lanzarote. But you know what? Today was the first day when within 2 weeks I witnessed rain. So I'm like, wow, it actually rains at this sunny place. So I'm all the way in Lanzarote. It's a Spanish island. It's very close to Africa. It's Canary Islands. And it's so beautiful here. It's stunning here. And I'm just thinking, can I stay here forever? Because I love it. I absolutely love it. I fall in love with this place. But to be honest, as much as I travel, and I travel a lot, I fall in love with so many different places. So I think I will just carry on traveling in my life forever, because that's my other passionate part of coaching.
So I know when you go to these amazing places, every time you go and discover something new, you're like, oh, I want to live here. Right? But there's so many beautiful places on this planet. I mean, amazing. Wow.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You do this a lot. You travel a lot, because I know you love traveling. And
Yes.
You're constantly putting out live shows all along your travels. I know I catch some of them, and I'm like, oh, where is she now? Where in the world is Olga now?
That's the question. That's the question, exactly. Where is Olga now? I think there should be a new show about where is Olga now.
Where is Olga now?
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind connecting with you, because I know you have some big plans for the next few months. It would be lovely to connect with you again sometime like next month.
Absolutely.
To see where you
Absolutely.
are. That's awesome. So I was catching one of your lives the other day, and it must have been like very early morning your time, and you were walking, and you were talking about why. And I thought, how funny is this, that we were so in line, and I thought, you know what, that is exactly what this show should be called. And so your why, and I want to ask you, Olga, why is that so important? Why is it so important to know our why?
Well, it's a really good question, Della. And I must say, many people miss out on the importance of their why. Let's put this way. Let's think of a bride who is a bit overweight and now she's losing weight because of her wedding day. So her why is to look pretty for the wedding day. And she puts all her effort and all her intentions and all her power into losing weight for the wedding day because her why is I want to look pretty in my wedding dress. Or let's imagine somebody preparing a public talk. Maybe it's a graduation talk. Maybe it's a toast at the event. Or maybe it's something important what's gonna happen, like a highlight of their life. And they put all the effort into preparation of their talk, of their speech, they're preparing, they're practicing, and that goes well, right? It just shows how important is to have your why. When you have really strong why, then you work towards that. For example, my strong why for this period of my life was actually I wanted to travel, I wanted to see the world, I wanted to inspire people that you can have a laptop lifestyle, you can travel and you can work at the same time, and you can work less than 9 to 5, okay, what normal people do, because if that's your choice, you can do it, right? So my why was to inspire others to show this is possible. So what I mean by that, when you know your why, that will help you to still keep going, okay? So going back to the example of that bride who's losing her weight because of the wedding, once the wedding is over, she's back to her puddings, she's back to her McDonald's and everything else because her why is not there anymore, right?
Right.
So it's important to know your why, and your why must be a long term, right? When your why is a short term, unfortunately, you will reach your why, you will reach your goal, but then you will go down. Why is that? Because the why was short term, and also because it wasn't that important. Okay, so we need to know our why because that will keep us going, especially when the novelty of new habit, new exercise, new diet, new journaling way, or new morning routine, new evening routine will wear off. We'll always start with, wow, that's amazing. And then everything wears off. So this is when your really strong, long-term why will help you to keep going. Does it make sense?
Yes, it makes total sense, and I can so see how this happens. Our efforts dwindling down. So let's say this time of year we're making lots of goals. Actually, it's the end of the year. We're making new goals for the new year, and then we're gonna hit that point of New Year's resolution. And then we are so gung ho. We are ready to go get it. Right? We have this energy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And we keep up for about a week or 2 weeks. And then it's all done, finished. That we forget. And that's why New Year's resolutions don't work for the most part. So knowing our why, that's where it comes really, really important. So this is what I hear you say, is that our why changes over time, right? And so the reason I start on a path is not going to be the same a year from now, it's not going to be the why that's going to keep me doing what I do. So that's really, really important. And when you talk about a long-term why, knowing your long-term why, maybe explain a little bit about that. Maybe give us a couple of examples if you have them up your sleeves.
Absolutely, yes. One of the long-term whys I can bring my own, which is definitely to help to transform 2 billion people lives. Okay. I want to hear, I know it sounds big. And right now I'm thinking,
No!
Olga,
Oh my
you
God,
don't
that's
have enough
amazing.
hours. That is true. And many people will think right now, oh my God, Olga, you don't have that many hours. How are you planning to hit 2 billion people? But guess what? Who says I have to do it on my own? Right? So, right now, what I'm doing, I am helping other coaches and other practitioners to spark their talent. And I call it kick spark your passion into profits. And this program is to help coaches, practitioners, and healers who have their passion, who have their talent, so they can help many more other people, right? Because nobody says, I have to do it myself. I have to just help those who have that special talent to really level up their game. And this is how together we can help 2 billion people. Okay. So your long-term why could be something like this. Or for example, your long-term goal could be, let's say you want to have a healthy lifestyle because you want to see your grandchildren. You want to meet your great grandchildren. Okay. Or maybe your why could be, I don't know, to leave a legacy. Maybe you want to create a really powerful invention, and that invention will help us to recycle some of the energy, and that will help us to actually transform the lives and the way how families are operating and businesses how they're operating and whatever else, right? So your why is unique to you. And I must say, it's always important to remember that your long-term why should speak to your heart. And I love, Della, how you mentioned that very often New Year resolutions don't work because A, they're short term. Okay, very often they're like, oh, I'll do this way this year, and I'm gonna go to gym, I'm gonna start exercising, I'm gonna lose weight. And then unfortunately it wears off because it wasn't really important. Because you were thinking from your head. Look at yourself during the Christmas time thinking, oopsie daisy, too many Christmas puddings. I need to slow down. I need to go
Love
to
how
gym.
you talk about puddings. Puddings are big in the UK, not so big here.
Oh yes. Well, I'm sure they have something else instead,
That's
right?
funny.
So and you think, okay, now I need to hit the gym. And you go to the gym, you hit the gym first week, second week, third week, and then something else takes over.
Mhm.
And your short term why doesn't really work out. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to really connect with your heart. You need to connect with your heart. You need to find in your heart what is that exactly that will help you actually keep going. Okay. For example, in my case, that is keeping inspiring people, have those transformations. Like long ago, it was me thinking that, oh, it was myself who would transform so many people's lives. Then I realized once I'm gone, what's that? So I realized I can't keep this mission selfish to myself. I need to pass it on. So once I am gone, there's an army of people like me who can help others to transform their lives. Okay. So think global, think big. And I must say here, the best way how to think about your big why is think about that, and I call it, this is the funny way how I call it special forces training. Okay, so think about your special forces training, which your life was all about. And the reason why I call it special forces training, because since you were born, you're born in a particular family, you were going through particular situations, you faced particular troubles and challenges. So everything in your life was built in a particular way so you can deliver the best talent of yours, the best gift of yours. Maybe you were abused and now you're protecting those who were abused. Okay, maybe you were raped as a child and now you want to really protect those who are raped and you want to help them to start the new life. Okay, but there's always always something what happened in your life which was a special forces training. And that special forces training is your mission. So the easiest way to look at your long-term why is look what happened in your life and how you can use that in order to help others. So this could be your long-term why. Whether you like it or not, you were put on this planet of Earth with a mission. And you need to perform your mission, whether you like it or not, whether earlier or later, you will still do it. The matter of the time is not that important. But it's when you will choose to step up into your mission, and when you will choose to finally perform your mission, which is your long term why. I hope that makes some sort of sense.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Special force training. I love, love, love that. Okay. I'm going to use that. I'm going to borrow that. I will tell everybody you said that. But it's
Okay.
an amazing way of looking at this because you're so right. That puts it into perspective, Olga. And I think someone might be watching this and say, but I don't know my why. I don't know my okay, so I want to ask you this. What do you think of the two terms, your why and your purpose? You think they're the one and the same?
They're always connected. They are always connected because your purpose is something what you it's meant to happen. It's there for you. It was written for you. It's there on your path already. And your why is just around your purpose. And you know what's interesting? Sometimes you might not know your why. Sometimes you might not know your purpose. That's why I always say, get out of your head. Stop following those who tell you you should do this, you should do that, look at me, copy me, and start doing what your heart tells you to do. Then you will connect to your purpose, and that will tell you what's your why. Okay, they always are connected. Your why and your purpose, they'll be always connected. They might be connected short term, which will lead to your long term. Okay, but here it's really important to have faith, almost like like when you switch on the light switch and you have faith, the light will appear, right? And then you open the tap and you have faith, the water will come out. And then you lift your glass, and if you will drop it, you have faith, it will
That's right.
break, right?
Yeah.
So that type of faith, just have faith that your heart will lead you, that what you will follow will eventually take you to your purpose. Because when you're trying to be too much in your head, that takes you away from your purpose, that takes you away from your why. But when you listen to your heart, that's exactly when you step into your mission, into your purpose, and into your long term why.
Awesome. Let's say hi to some people.
Let's do it. Hello.
We've got some comments here. Frida's saying hi. Marianne is saying hi. Dela's voice. Hi, Marianne. And Marianne says hi, Olga. And Marianne says, I would like that background for me, please. Your background, Olga, with the palm trees and stuff. I know.
You can have it. You
Oh
can
my
have it, darling.
Marianne is all about traveling the world too. She loves to go to all the awesome places. Furzan from Vancouver, she's saying hello, hello, my dear. Marianne says, so awesome to have you on our summit, Olga. That is January 16th. I don't know where in the world Olga is going to be on January 16th, but she'll be joining us from wherever. And Ahmad, my friend who is messaging us and watching from Iran, she's saying hello. Hi, Dela. Hi, Olga. And Masood is also saying hello to me and you. Thank you so much. And Karen is saying, yes, a heart-centered why is key to living a life of joy and great for serving others. And so let's go back to that actually, because as you were talking about this, I was thinking, okay, there's nothing wrong with someone's why to be like business related. I want to say business. Someone's why could be, I just want to be rich. What do you say to that?
That's true. Everybody's why is very different. But you got to be really careful what why you choose, okay? And why is your why there? I know it sounds really confusing, okay? But let's break it down into chunks. So let's imagine somebody chooses that their why is just to be rich, okay? First of all, rich is so hard to measure, okay? Because what rich for me is different to what is rich for somebody else, okay? So first of all, how do you know when you are rich, okay? And when you reach, then what? And here's the trouble. Me being a mindset coach, working with people who are in this situation, right? Like this rich, who call me and say, look, Olga, I reached my financial success. I've been to all these Michelin stars. I've been to amazing holidays. I have multiple cars. I have multiple mansions. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't have passion in life. I feel empty. I don't have relationships. I'm scared to go into relationships because I'm thinking everybody will be with me for money. So here's the danger. Is your why really just to be rich? Okay, always challenge yourself. Then what? This is exactly what I ask myself all the time. Okay, so let's say I reached the goal, as you know, of transforming 2 billion people life with the help of special forces angels, right? Which I'm training to take over the world, to actually who can help others to transform their lives. Then what? Then I will carry on with that because I'm so passionate about this, because I cannot even see myself retiring from this, because it's such a joy, it's such a pleasure to see people transformation. One thing which I will be doing differently, I'll be doing one-to-ones less than I do now, okay? Because I'll be doing more one to a crowd and I'll be traveling more, okay? So I know my after goal, okay? So your why must always have the after goal, because if you think I'll be rich, then what? And there's nothing, then trust me, you'll be the one who will be calling me in a few years' time saying, Olga, how do I find my fulfillment now? Now I'm rich. What's next? Okay, so think about what are you most passionate about? And being rich is beautiful thing. You know, some people say, oh, money doesn't bring you happiness. And I always say, I haven't seen even one person who has money saying that. I only see people who don't have money saying money doesn't bring you happiness. Okay, because it does bring you choices, it does bring you tools, it does bring you opportunities. Can you travel when you don't have money? I guess you can, in a tent and on a bicycle. I'm not that kind of a person, so I need a bit of accommodation. Right? So money does bring you that fulfillment if you use it in the right way. Okay, so what does it mean for you being rich? And what are you going to do afterwards? And Della, you were so right. Not everybody's why should be global, should be big. I love those beautiful whys which I came across. A why can be, I want to be the most amazing mom to my 3 children, or I want to be the most supportive partner to my husband, to my wife, or I want to be, the most amazing teacher, and I want to inspire children. I want to pass on the knowledge. I want to make sure they leave the school with a maximum of knowledge they can, right? The why doesn't have to be global. You don't have to think that, if your why is quite small comparing to others, something is wrong with you. No, absolutely not. If your why is around small area, let's say small community, or even just your family, that is all right, as long as you really are happy about this. What I mean by being happy, that you don't have regrets. Oh, I wish I could have different why. For example, I don't wish I would have more children because I don't want to have more children. So I can't have a why to be the most amazing mom to 3 children, because I don't have 3 children and I will not, and I'm not planning to have more, right? So everybody's why is very different. But please respect your why, okay? And don't compare Don't compare your why to somebody else's why. You can compare your why only to your yesterday why or a year ago why, but not to somebody else's, because somebody else's life is none of your business. You should only care about your why. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, and we do get into that sometimes. You know, we got, and that's one of those things that it's good to be aware of. Don't be, don't fall into that whole comparison thing. It's never any good for anyone. The only person we need to compare ourselves is us from yesterday or a year ago, like you said. Knowing our why though is really really important if we're going to reach any goal, I think. Because if the why is not clear, then it's really hard. It makes it really difficult to keep going. That's what I found. And so having a why that's heart based, it does something to us. It resonates with us, and it I think what it also does is that when you imagine yourself having reached that why, that goal, it changes us in our heart, and I think it affects the way we feel, and that's why it's so powerful. I don't know if I'm clear. Do you understand what I'm saying, Olga? Olga's like, nobody understands what you're saying. Okay, good, good.
I
Okay,
get you. I get you.
maybe you can elaborate on that a little bit, if you can.
Absolutely, yes. So you're right. The why should be very, very clear. And I must say, as I said in the beginning, that sometimes your why is not clear. Sometimes you don't know what's your purpose. Sometimes you don't know what's your mission in life. That's why it's important to listen to your heart. What brings you more satisfaction? Not what social media tells you what you should do, but what brings you most of satisfaction, right? And then, as you will follow the steps, as you will follow what your heart wants, you will get into a stronger and stronger why. It's almost like, let's say you are in the middle of nowhere and you have a glimpse of light somewhere, right? If you walk towards the light, right? If you listen to your heart, you work towards the light will get bigger and bigger, and eventually you arrive towards the light. But if in the darkness you see a glimpse of light and you choose to go somewhere else, opposite direction, guess what? You will not see anything. That's exactly what happens when we have a nudge, when we have a calling, when we have almost like intuitive action which really our body wants to take and we neglect it. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So one of my examples is always listen to your intuition, even, and this sounds bizarre, but even if your intuition says go have a nap. I realized my intuition sometimes is so creative. All it wants me to do sometimes is to have an nap or meditate. So whenever I ask myself a question, okay, how can I reach this goal or how to go there, it tells me either do this or do that. And of course, here I need to elaborate. It doesn't send me a message. Okay, it doesn't send me a LinkedIn message or email. Okay, it's just a nudge or a calling or almost like something which you really feel like doing. And the thing is, if you fight that, you're gonna go longer route. Okay, so always say if you feel like sometimes sit and meditate, or if you feel like not going to see people but being by yourself, be by yourself. Or if sometimes you feel like I really would love to read a book right now, really would love to read a book, but I have to look after children, do the laundry, do the washing up, do the I know whatever else, go read the book. Because this is how your intuition, through these actions, is leading you towards next actions. And in my case, very often, I remember the most bizarre situation. It was okay when I was thinking, how can I make my first million? It was really funny situation because as soon as I thought that, I had a really strong nudge to go have a nap. It was a summer. I was still in England, and I thought that's easy. If having naps will bring me to a million, happy to nap all day long. And I went and I lied down on my double lounge in my garden. I had a nap. I put meditation into my earplugs. I had a nap, and I woke up and I was feeling so relaxed, so relaxed. I couldn't even think about how to make my first million. I was thinking next, okay, what should I do next? And I have a nudge, which was really crazy nudge. It was a nudge. It was a calling. It was a desire to go and sort out my shed. And in that shed, I had so much mess at that time. And I was thinking, I have no clue. I have no clue how sorting the shed can make me a million. But okay, because I learned how to listen to my intuition. And I went and I started sorting my shed and I was sorting the things. Okay, this will go to charity. I'll keep these, like as you go through your stuff. And as I'm sorting, I have this thought in my head thinking, well, whom do I know personally who actually made the million? And I'm thinking, oh, I know this and that person. Like, oh, okay. So once I will be done with the shed, I'll sit down and I give a call to that person. Okay, I'm finishing now my shed in a rush because I'm really desperate to call this person. I finished my shed and I sat down, still in the garden. It was still bright because it was summertime in Britain. And I sat on my garden table, which is a really nice Victorian round table, proper metal, really beautiful. Sat down there, opened my laptop, thinking, okay, let me just find details of this person. I'll give a call because I found on my phone I don't have the details. And I was going to maybe send a WhatsApp, not a WhatsApp, the Facebook message, maybe LinkedIn, just to find the number. And then that was really spooky. I can hear Facebook call coming from a laptop, and I'm thinking, who is calling me? Who can call me on Facebook? I haven't got any arranged phone calls. And I open up my Facebook on my laptop. And Della, you will not believe it was that person calling me.
No,
I'm not kidding. It was that person calling me on Facebook.
I
And
believe that.
it is crazy. And I answered the phone call like this. Because I was shocked how all these actions led to this particular event. But this is my part of the story. The other side of the story is that person had Facebook blocked for some time. And yes, he is self-made millionaire. It is a male. And at that day, particularly, he sat down because he was told by Tony Robbins that actually it's great you have done a million, amazing, but right now you have to have 100 people in your books whom you need to help to make the million. So he sat down in front of Facebook on that day thinking, well, whoever first 100 people will show up on my timeline, I'll reach out to them and I'll offer my mentoring. And that's exactly how our stories got gelled together,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Exactly. So now imagine if I would not go for that nap. Imagine I would sit down and let's say I would start doing something manual. I would start pushing that. I would never be in this relaxed state. I would never be in this absolutely, welcoming, embracing, and really open state of mind of anything coming my way. So if you would call me, I'll be thinking, why do you call me? Hello, what do you want from me? Would I even answer? Right? I don't know. Right? But it's exactly what happens when you go into your head. But when you follow your heart, when you follow each action what your heart is telling you, even if sometimes it goes against everything else, that actually is leading you. It is really leading you, but you have to have faith. Remember back to that faith when you switch on the light switch, the light bulb switches on, is that type of faith. You need to have really strong faith that your heart will lead you to your why. So even if sometimes it is not bright, If sometimes it is not clear, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. And there are tools and practices which you can do to strengthen your intuition, right? One of them is meditation. Start meditating. Wake up and ask yourself, what do I feel? Not think. What do I feel like doing today? Whenever you have a break, what do I feel like doing today? Listen to your feelings, listen to your nudges, listen to what your heart is telling you. And this is how your why and your purpose will get clearer and clearer over time.
And the steps that will come your way. I mean, the way you explained it, it was so, it's really cool, because you allowed it to happen. You weren't closed off. And a lot of times that's what we do. We get into this problem mindset, and everything that we think about is problem, problem, problem. How do I solve this problem? How do I solve it? I can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe I'm finding myself. I must have bad luck. So all these things that we tell ourselves, not knowing that we're closing ourselves off from any solution whatsoever, because you can't solve a problem from the same place it was created. So what you're saying makes total sense. First of all, ease off the resistance, create an openness, relax, and the solutions will come. And I have witnessed this a lot too, Olga. And thank you for that. That's amazing. Woohoo! Okay, so Jack just joined us and he says, "You girls are amazing." Thank you, Jack. We're just going to take a second and say hi to everybody who's watching us, who's here with us. What's your take on this? Why do you think that having your why is important? Do you know your why? This is one of those questions that we can ask. Like, I had to really think about that myself, Olga. I was asking myself, what is my why? And so, is it clear? Is my why clear to me? And so after we come back, I will tell you if my why is clear to me or not. This is a message from our sponsors. And so we're back. So talking about how clear my why is. And so I'm thinking at my life and how my whys have changed over time. And they have, because you don't always want the same thing, obviously, as your life changes, as you travel through this journey and you discover more and you learn more, your why also changes. So, and it's so funny how you said your why is to influence 2 billion people. And I'm thinking that is great. That's perfect, because Olga has a number. It's pretty specific, and that is that makes it measurable, doesn't it? That makes it so much more real when you have a measurable unit to. Because how would you know? How would you know otherwise, right? If you've reached your why. Okay, so what is my why? My why is to have Dela's voice impact millions of people, not billions, millions of people. I'm not there yet. I think in my own mind, I need to convince myself first. But here's my commitment today, Olga. I will come up with an exact number. So not millions, how many millions? And so because I think that's a piece that's missing. And why is that important? That's my question to you.
The more specific your why is, the easier it will be to measure. Simple as that. For example, why Olympic champions? Why they break records every year? Because they have a specific measurement which they have to go by, right? They know if somebody was running in so many seconds, then I need to break that. If somebody was swimming in so many seconds, that distance, I need to break that. So when you have a starting point, which is, okay, what was achieved before, then you can really break through that. And then you can start measuring. And then every day when you train, you can see on the clock, am I there yet or not? Am I there yet or not? Am I there yet or not? If you're there once, okay, how can I keep going? What can I do better to keep that going? What can I do to make that number better? Okay, so when something is measurable, then this is your starting point. Okay, from here, you can only grow upwards. When something is very flimsy, when something is like, oh, I just want to be happy, my first question is,
What does that
aren't
mean?
you happy now? Right? It's like, aren't you happy now? And what happiness means to you? Exactly, Della. What happiness means to you, right? Somebody says, well, somebody will say, for example, if you ask people in prison what means happy to you, well, to rape 12 women. That's their happiness, right? What happiness means to you, right? Well, to me, to be happy maybe means I'll need to have 3 mansions. Okay, then what, right? So it's not enough to just have a measure. That measure should serve somebody else, okay? And here, I would like to first of all start with be more selfish. Start with is your why serving you? Okay, because quite easy to say, oh, I want to transform so many people's lives, in my case 2 billion, and this is now faced outwards. Okay, so I am now helping other people, right? So what is there for me? Because if there's nothing for me, unfortunately, I will feel drained. I will feel tired. I will feel like this is hard and difficult, and I will not enjoy doing that. That's how you sometimes see speakers coming off the stage and they feel like, ugh, okay, now I need rest. Every time I come off the stage, I'm like, okay, I have so much energy now. Let's have after party. And during the after party, we can cover so many after topics. We can ask for any questions. I'm so energized because I'm full of energy, because I tap into my own selfish why as well. And the reason why it's important to tap into your own selfish why, because then you know that something within yourself is speaking to your why as well. Okay. So, for example, Dali, in your case, your show, you want that show to inspire millions of people, and you will come up with a number. And I must say, it already inspired so many people.
Thank you.
But this is true. And I had also so many people who were on your show at my show because I was inspired by this. So I was like, oh my God, I need to have this person on my show, right? So you inspire me as well. But my question to you is, what are you getting from these shows?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And whilst you're thinking, I'll give you my example. What do I get when I transform 2 billion people, right? I get emotional. I get grateful, right? I get that level of significance. And some people right now will think, oh, she's into significance. Yes, because my human need is significant, right? And I feel that I made that change happen, right? I feel like that I helped so many people and I feel connected to them. I feel loved by them. I feel like they're grateful to me because I made these things happen, right? Without that, if there'll be no recognition, would I be happy? I would. But would it be as happy as I would be there helping others to have a transformation? Not at the same level. Okay. So here we need to be really transparent. Even if sometimes it sounds a bit, ooh, you're into significance. But you have to face it. You have to really face it because if it doesn't fulfill your human need, unfortunately, you will not enjoy doing it after a while. It has to hit your human need. So, Della, my question to you is what is the reason for you personally to impact millions of people's
Oh
lives.
my gosh. Yeah, I mean you touched on it, and significance is a human need, Olga. I think we all need to feel significant, and
Yes,
right? And so to me, yeah, for sure. I mean, all the above, everything you said, feeling the significance, and when I get a message from someone and that says to me, something you said touched me and elevated me to a different level, or opened up a different perspective, or turned on a light bulb for me. Those are the moments that make everything so worth it. And so yeah, so it is a selfish passion, right? And I think you're right. Without that passion, without really having that passion, it's not going to be possible to continue. Oh my gosh, yes, so good. Jack says, without a why would you do something? That's a good.
exactly, exactly. We even have very strong why for our bodily needs, right? When you go and you have a meal, why? Because you are hungry. You go
Yeah,
and use the bathroom. Why? Because you have the need. So let's learn from basics. Going back to basics, every bodily action and reaction has a why. So just apply that into your life, apply that into your business, and you will succeed with that. Just like
yeah,
you follow your bodily reaction. Oh, I feel a bit hungry sometimes when you hungry for way too long, right?
yeah,
And then you go and you have a meal because your why is I need to feed my body, otherwise I get hungry. And
yeah.
also, I might not have the energy for my next mile or two.
Yeah. Jack also says, when you have a clear goal, you can measure if you are getting closer to your goal. Exactly. So
Absolutely.
again, so that's that measurable part, right? Yes, exactly. Tammy just joined us. Hello, Tammy. I so I'm going back to this. My mom, and I think same with you. You've done this yourself. Um, my mom, when she was 40, she decided that she was going to move her kids right out of Iran and bring them over to a different country to give them a better life. And that journey was difficult. You've had that journey yourself, Olga. Um, I'm thinking in terms of her why, and how strong that why must have been to her. Nothing gets um, nothing gets bigger, stronger than the love of a mother to her child, and so that's the type of why that will get us to do what we set out to do. So it's got to be that strong, right? Because I'm sure there were moments in her journey where she got tired and she got frustrated and she got sad and she got lonely and she got, um, you know, uh, angry with herself, maybe for the decision she made. Maybe she regretted it. Maybe she wanted to give up, but she didn't have that choice. She didn't give herself that choice because her why was really, really, really strong. And that'll get us to where we want to go. Because if my why is not strong enough, if it doesn't touch me in my heart and soul, then it's easy to give up. Right, Olga? What do you think?
100%. Absolutely 100%. It's almost like, like when you go to a restaurant and you go because other people go, but you're not really hungry. You're slightly peckish, but you're not hungry. But you might have a meal all together, but you're not really enjoying that because you're just going there for the company rather because you're hungry. That's exactly what happens with our goals, right? When you're not hungry enough for your goals, you're only peckish. And when you're only peckish, you just nibble on your goals. Okay? The same with your why. When your why is not strong enough, unfortunately, you will just probably bite a bit of bread, you bite a bit of something else, but you're not going to really finish your meal, right? Because you're not hungry. But when you're really hungry and you haven't eaten for a day, guess what? Every breadcrumb will be finished, okay? And the same with our why, okay? And you're right, your mom, and hats off to your mom. And please pass on my love to her and my gratitude to her because I've done exactly the same journey with my son. He was only 2.5 when I made a decision to move to UK. I bought one-way ticket. I only had £100 in my pocket, and we had 2 suitcases each. And that's it. And I felt like gladiator. I felt like I can conquer the world. I can do anything I want. Um, and I had to really quickly realize that £100 was nothing in UK. Right? But that's a different story. So I feel your pain. I know exactly how it feels. It's difficult, it's challenging, but her why was exactly as my why was. And that was to give brighter future to my child. And that was to have more opportunities than I had when I was little. And that was about having the better quality of life. And when recently I was packing my house, putting everything into the storage, going traveling for a few months right now, like in Lanzarote. It's not as warm and bright today as it was all these days. And actually, it's quite beautiful because otherwise I'll be sweating hard by now, to be honest with you. So,
It's okay
so
because we
it's
have
fine.
snow
It's
here.
fine.
So
Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that. Yes, exactly. See, every cloud has a silver lining, right?
yeah.
But my why for this was I want to give myself an opportunity to travel the world. I want to travel the world. I want to see the world. So I want us together to be able to bond. I want us together to travel. I want us together to learn new things. And we went stargazing. And today we went through volcanoes. And apparently there are 182 volcanoes on this island. And we went to the craters and we saw the geysers and we ate the chicken, which was cooked by the heat of the volcano, from the lava of the bottom volcano. And it was tremendous experience. So my why was to pack my entire house, put everything into the storage, not to have permanent address, to have experiences. Right? Because I wanted to really have the juice of life. I wanted to experience life. And it doesn't mean I don't work. I still do my work. He still does his school exercises and studies and everything else. But my why was I want to see the world. I want to travel. I want to experience. That's why I was ready not to have a dress back home, have everything in the storage, right? To have only two suitcases between us. We only have 2 suitcases between us. Can you believe it, Della? We
I
have
don't
less
believe
stuff.
it.
I'm not kidding.
Oh,
I'm not
however
kidding.
you live like that.
Well, Della, I learned one thing. I think we're quite lucky to live in the world where you can buy anything at any time, right?
Yes.
We humans, we get too attached to things and to items. And I simply learned how to let go. I simply learned how to have this liberation of being attached to many things. We don't need that many things. We can have the liberation from having what we need. And even what we need, we can always buy anywhere. As long as I can have my tripod, which I use now, right? My extra charger and everything else, I'm good to go, right? And my laptop, of course. Right. So my why for this particular reason was actually to go and experience and learn and really, really kind of bond together with my son. But if I wouldn't have that strong why, would I do it? No. Would I really go against, ooh, but now it's pandemic. So what? I wouldn't, right? Because my why wouldn't be that strong. So it's
Hmm.
really important to have a very strong why, which is not only serving you, even though it should serve you, but also which will serve many other people, because only then it will be helping you keep going, right? Almost like there's a story about an army which landed not landed they used the ship to get to the island, and they wanted to conquer the island. And what they have done, they burned the boats and their ships because they wanted to conquer the island, right? So when you buy one way ticket, then I know your why is strong. When, let's say, people come to me and they commit and they prepay the coaching package straight away, I know they are committed,
Yes.
right? When I see people sign up for my program and they go to my seminar, I know they are committed. But when people say me stuff like, I'll think about it, I have to speak to my parents, I have to speak to my partner, then I know you're not really committed. Because your partner will support what you have decided. Your parents will support whatever you have decided. And when you still have yourself given that second chance, you're not committed. Your why is not that strong. You just want to be there, but it doesn't mean you will get there. The person who has a very strong why will get the 100%. The person who given themselves second chance, a plan B as you call it, you're gonna spend all your time working on your plan B rather your plan A. So I'd
Love.
say if you really want to have a strong why, scrap plan B. Don't have exit strategy. Concentrate just like on your baby. When a mother is given a baby, she hasn't got a plan B. I was never given a choice to give away my son. That doesn't mean I would give, the biggest meaning, right? It doesn't mean I would give him away, right? It doesn't mean that. But I was never given a choice to give him away. I was given my son and I was told, this is your child, right? And you have to look after that. That's it, right? So be that mother to your goal, right? Be that committed, and then you will make it happen. That's my say on how strong should be your why.
Amazing. Thank you. Jack says, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough.
Absolutely, Jack. I love your comment there. Absolutely.
And Marianne says, yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. Olga, I really appreciate you joining us from your travels in the beautiful islands. Really, really appreciate it. And just the fact that you're doing this amazing thing, and you've packed up your home, and you've picked up your 14-year-old son, and you've decided to give him this amazing opportunity to travel around the world and experience a gypsy's lifestyle, but slightly like more luxurious, right? It's very inspiring, and that tells me a lot about you and the kind of person you are. You're a very courageous woman, and you love life, don't you? You just love life, and I so appreciate knowing you. And I can't wait to hook up again soon when you're somewhere else, and so you can tell us where in the world you are and have another interview, and so we can live vicariously through you. How's that sound?
Definitely. Oh, definitely, Della. And by the way, I have a gift. I have a gift. It's Christmas. And as you know, I'm away. So I'm in a position where I can't accept many gifts because I'm away, right? And I cannot deliver many gifts, hand deliver many gifts. But I have a gift to you, my darling, and I have a gift to everybody who is listening to us right now. I am doing an event on 28th of December, which I will put in the chat, and I hope you'll be able to
I
copy that
will.
maybe
Yes,
into the
yes, I could do that.
yeah. So what I'll do, I'll paste that, and then you can copy that into wherever you have to copy that. But
Okay.
yeah, this event is about the goal setting. Something what we spoke about so often, something we discuss so often, something we will all do. And as you said, people set up their new resolutions which don't work. So my event, it will be about intuitive goal setting. It will
Mm.
be about listening to your heart and set up goals in every aspect of your life. Not just like one, ooh, to lose weight or to make money. No, in every aspect of your life. And this event will be on 28th of December, which is Monday. It will be at 6 p.m. And I'll send you the details so you can maybe post below the video. So I know it's a paid event. I know it's a paid event, but I will share with you the code which allow people to come to this event for free.
Oh
It
my
is paid
goodness.
event, as I
Oh,
said,
yes.
but you and your guests can come to
Very
this
good.
event for free because it's my gift to those people who are investing their time, because this is the most expensive thing in the world, your time, into your show today. It has been an hour already, and I'm really grateful to all people who were watching us so far. I'm really thankful and grateful. So I would like to donate this gift to you and your listeners who are watching us right now. It is a free entry. The code will be, I think it's called Magic Makers. That will be the code. I think it is. I will double check, but I'll definitely make sure I will share the link with you
Yes,
and I will
please.
share the code as well, so people can book the ticket for free. But they can check it themselves. It is a paid event, but only for those who know the link and the code will be able to enter for free. That's
Um,
my gift from all the way from Lanzarote around the globe.
Amazing. And you're still doing stuff like what while you're away. This is the best kind of
Oh
life.
yeah,
Do what you love to do while you're traveling the world. This is amazing. I know a lot of people would love to do that. I know for a fact Marianne would love to do that. That's awesome. Thank you again, Olga. I can't wait to hear from you again. Definitely check out her event, Intuitive Goal Setting. What an amazing, amazing event on the 28th of December. And I'll make sure to put in the link and also the code so that you can get on for free. Thank you so much, Olga. I really,
it's my
really
pleasure.
appreciate you. And
It is my
for
pleasure.
thank you and best of luck. And for anyone else who has been watching us, I want to thank you for spending the last hour with us. I wish you the very best. Know your why, write it down, get on those goal settings, and get on this event with Olga. Marianne says, we will be there. And I have Jorge says, Merry Christmas to you both. Excellent conversation you're sharing with us. You're so welcome. And Merry Christmas to everybody who's celebrating. Happy holidays to all. And may you stay blessed. Olga, any last words?
Absolutely. 2021 is your year. If you choose that to be your year, I know there are many changes in the world, but guess what? You are building your life. And you're building your life not in 2021 for 2021. You are building your life now, today, this moment, when you choose what to pay attention, when you choose what to learn next, when you choose to be at next Dela's show or not. This is when you build your 2021. So happy 2021. Merry Christmas to you all. Remember, you are in charge of your own life, only yourself.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Mwah. And for everyone who's been here, thank you again for joining another Della's Voice. So this has been Della's Voice, hoping to spark your soul. Till next time.
Thank you so much.